Welcome back, wonderful poetry lovers. Filet mignon here from Medium Rare Poetry with another Donald Trump gem today. Now, if you think this vision looks a bit different, it's because I'm using my brand new laptop for the very first time to record a video instead of using my phone. And I'm a poet. I'm not a techno wizard, so I'm not sure how this will go, but we'll manage, we'll battle through and see what happens. Anyway, back to the poem today. This poem is related to when Donald had won his election, and in Paris, the beautiful Notre Dame Cathedral had completed 5 years of restoration after the tragic fire that just about destroyed it. And there was the dedication service for all world leaders to come along and participate in the grand event. And somehow Donald wangled his way in there, and he wasn't even president yet. Jill Biden was there to represent Joe because Joe was busy fixing the world. And Donald, he looked dreadful. He looked old, he looked decrepit, he couldn't stand up straight, he looked miserable. So one couldn't resist writing a poem about the future president of the United States. So today I present to you The Hunchback of Notre Dame. The Hunchback of Notre Dame by Filet Mignon. Arising from the ashes stood the awesome Notre Dame, restored to all its glory in its Gothic Catholic charm. In just 5 years, this masterpiece was staunchly recreated. The jewel of Paris shone anew, the populace elated. The grandest dedication was arranged to open doors, a spectacle pre-Christmas in the year of 24. The leaders of the world were asked to share the celebration, to honour all the talents of this proud artistic nation. In gloomy Mar-a-Lago, Pres-elect smelt France's wind. This grand event would free him from his dragging chains of sin. He forged an invitation to this major star event. If needed, he'd sneak in behind the dignitary's tent. His rented limo glided to the entrance, bold as brass. He slithered from the backseat on his pad-clad puffy ass. He didn't look that happy with his tainted, puckered pout. He shambled up the steps just like a hunchback racked with gout. The portal that he entered symbolized man's judgment day. He must have felt the vibe, as his was not that far away. He couldn't seem to stand up straight when greeted by Macron. He carried all his wicked ways, his burden weighed upon. A presidential posture should be straight and most erect, but Donald's creased appearance told a tale of sad shipwreck. The fact that he had seldom set his foot inside a church explained his shaky gait as to his seat he made to lurch. He'd got himself a front row spot for camera shots unhindered. With elbows propped upon his knees, the press sure had him fingered. He'd muscled out Jill Biden, who was clearly out of sorts, afflicted with the vapours oozing from his boxer shorts. The orange frosted cupcake steamed as church bored him to death. He sat and fumed while sighing with his off McDonald's breath. 'Twas lucky that the builders had excelled in proof of craft. The Donald's sheer malevolence could give the place the shaft. In time, the show was over. It was time to meet and greet. If only Don could raise himself beyond his groaning seat. He hailed Archbishop Ulrich with the routine, "Hi, Your Grace." The pristine priest felt soiled by America's disgrace. He offered Don a month to hear his cavalcade confession, in order he should moderate his overt hate obsession. The rude convicted felon gave the priest his tiny finger, and bolted for the exit, as there was no time to linger. Prince Willie granted audience, a protocolic thing. He knew he was superior, and soon he would be king. Besides, he needed gossip on his lustful Uncle Andy, for Trump and Epstein understood the traps of being randy. The slob was shown the comfort of a Louis XIV couch, and true to form he slumped right in and consequently slouched. His conduct was appalling, and his bearing was atrocious. The princely tact was tested by this model of precocious. The Hunchback of New Notre Dame had no more pride to save, as poor old Victor Hugo was rotating in his grave. The visit was successful in showcasing 4 more years of intellectual abstinence and leadership of fears. And all the voters back at home now mourned the USA. They cringed beyond endurance at this slovenly display. They quickly closed their borders so that Trump could do no harm, now left to flogging Bibles on the steps of Notre Dame. What an absolute inspiration. Americans must have been so proud to see their future president striding, slouching, dragging himself across the world stage. And you could see by the looks on people's faces at the event that they were equally impressed. Anyway, I hope you liked the poem. Please like, share and subscribe. I have 97 subscribers now. It's growing, and I'm so thrilled to everybody who's sharing my videos. Thank you ever so much. Anyway, I look forward to seeing you next time, and bye-bye for now.